My name is Paul Leader, and I turn 45 on Saturday. What to do for the Scorpio? Everyone's afraid of me, alright. So, I'm going to tell a story about the last time I was here at Patty's, like a week ago, and I want to talk about the word excuse me. So, sitting down, and this guy goes, "Get out of my way, I'm going to get a drink." And I said, "The word is excuse me." He says, "What?" "The word is excuse me." He goes, "Huh?" I was like, "That's common courtesy when you want someone to move." He's like, "Well, different generations use different words." I just started laughing. I was like, "Bullshit. Just nobody ever taught you common courtesy." And he goes, "You're being rude." And I go, "You don't even know you're being rude, sir." So the other thing about excuse me too, this is a word I want everyone, this is something everyone needs to stop. People saying sorry. Why? Like when you're at the grocery store and like someone's trying to get milk or something, and they're like, "Sorry," and you're like, "What happened? Did something happen?" I mean, the word is excuse me, people. It means like, please get out my way in the nicest way. When somebody says sorry, I'm like, what are you sorry about? It's not the word. It's not the right word. Excuse me is the word. It's such a beautiful word that works for everything. Sorry is a strange word. It makes me think that you spilled something on me or something. So this is a quick, just political joke, but anyone see Donald Trump working at fake McDonald's this weekend? Like fake off McDonald's. And the weirdest thing about that is I made this joke like literally like 8 years ago. I said, you know what it feels like if Donald Trump wasn't rich? He would be the manager of a fast food restaurant. And it would be like, and you see him, you're like, hell yeah, he looks like the manager of a fast food restaurant. And I bet that he would be, his restaurant would be the most successful in the county. You're like, oh, restaurant has the best numbers, and we're the best, most successful McDonald's around. So that was strange, seeing my own joke come to life. So I really love that we have, the adults have totally hijacked Halloween from the kids. It's that I grew up in Salem, Oregon, and it's super creepy there. And they do, you know, we used to go out as kids. We used to do ding dong ditching and, you know, TP people's stuff and pumpkin smashing. I've only smashed a few pumpkins, but I remember a few times going out in the neighborhood and it was just like doomsday for pumpkins. And I think I know exactly who did it. It was like, those pumpkins just like had no chance with the kids in our neighborhood. And there was this one guy, Art, he used to give out apples. And it was like, I wanted to tell him, I was like, you don't know what's about to happen to your house, bro. It's not gonna be good. And so, hanging out here again, this guy, local guy, older fella, he's a really awesome dude. He's never heard this late. He's telling me his tragic life, his tragic story. So he's with this guy forever, the guy passed away. Then he had this young guy who passed away. Then he's like, a lot of my boyfriends have passed away. And I said, how many? He said 5. And then later that night, he said, "Do you want to come home with me?" And I was like, no. And then I thought about it, I was like, if this was like the girl of my dreams, like say like Pamela Anderson from Baywatch days, and she told me that everyone, she was like a black widow basically, she's like, "Do you want to go home with me?" I'm like, you know what? I don't know, but let me think of it. Oh, I'm going, let's do it. All right, I'm Paul later. Have a nice evening. So I come to Patty's a lot because I just moved from LA and it's really close. And every time I tell someone I'm straight, it's like it's this weird reaction. People just don't like that word here. So I've decided to just tell people I'm celibate, just to make it more fucking confusing for everyone. So you see my shirt. So these are my dogs, French Bulldogs. Me and my friends, we started breeding French Bulldogs like 17 years ago in San Diego. Me and my group of friends, we are the reason that everyone loves these dogs and they're trying to steal them and shit. I've had 4 of them now, so I have 2 of them. You guys might have seen them out on a flight. I bring them to the bar randomly, we did karaoke. Actually, somebody talked me into doing Who Let the Dogs Out with my dogs. What a fucking disaster. So right now what's going on with the politics, right? You know, you're the politics, right? And we're like, if you were a dog, you'd be like, can the Republican MAGA people just stop talking about dogs? Like, if Scooby could talk, he'd be like, whoa, what did you say? Because these MAGA people, they do not listen very well. It's like, they just hear, someone said eating dogs. So it's like Donald Trump's like, they're eating the dogs and they're eating the cats. And they're eating the pets of the people that live there. That happened like one time 10 years ago, and it's in the National Enquirer. Like Donald Trump thinks everything that happened in the National Enquirer is like actually relevant or some shit. But it's like, there's the dumbest fucking story I've ever heard in my life. And once it comes out of their mouth, they just can't admit that it's wrong. But if you're a dog, you're like, uh-oh. Because like, Donald Trump is the one president who never had a cat, a dog. He hates animals. He does not like dogs, right? So he was one of his VP picks was this South Dakota lady, right? She's governor. And in her memoir, she has this story where she's like, so my dad lives in a farm in Oregon, right? And there's people that talk about farms and they're like, this is the way a farm is. When the dog is bad, you just take it out and shoot it. No. My dad, every time I go visit him, every couple of years, I come back, I'm like, what happened to the dog or the goat or whatever? He's like, oh, I traded it to the neighbor and now I have these rams and I have this. Like, farm people just trade shit around. They don't take a perfectly good dog and shoot it. So this lady, the dog eats a chicken. It's a fucking $10 fucking chicken, right? So she takes it to this ground pit, shoots the dog, right? And then there's another part of the story where apparently she looks over and she says, this goat. And she's like, I don't like that goat either. She just drags the goat over to the gravel pit, bam, shoots the goat. And then her husband comes home and he's like, honey, why did you shoot all our animals? Maybe we should get some therapy. She's like, I'm the governor, motherfucker. What you gonna tell me? So, anybody else ride their bike to the bar tonight? Anybody else ride their bike? Yeah, my battery died. And I tried to fix it. The mechanic told me it was dying anyway, so I'm like pretty sure I'll be fine tomorrow. But yeah, I was like, I really wanted to do stand-up tonight, so I rode my bike here. Anybody else get an eviction notice today? Anybody else get evicted? Oh yeah, I just moved from LA. I've only been here 3 months, and wow, the luck I got. My landlord is a registered member of the Church of Satan. And literally, like the other night before I was gonna do stand-up comedy, he came, I'm like a super Christian, but I don't care about what other people think. Whatever, it's fine. Think whatever you want. But like, he's a Satan worshiper, so yeah, we're gonna do well, right? So I'm trying to go do stand-up, literally walking out of my room. And he's like, here's a book of the Church of Satan. And I was like, thank you. And then I was hanging out with Bridget, and she's writing a story. She's writing some therapy. She's trying to figure out people's mental problems. And I showed her the book, and she goes, can I borrow this book? And I said, you can fucking have it. So Jocko, he's white, and Motto is red, right? And they're just the most adorable dogs ever. So this happens to me all the time. People rush up to me, small children bum rush me, and I go, oh, what are your dog's names? And I go, this is Jocko, this is Motto, and my name is Nobody Gives a Shit. I'm the guy that owns Jocko. That's how everybody knows me. They go, hey, that guy owns Jocko. And I'm like, I don't know. I can't compete with that kind of level of cuteness, right? Like 2 French bulldogs and they're just like, I'm so freaking cute. I'm like, oh my God, I know. I'm like, why ask my name? Why would you even ask? Nobody feel bad for me when I tell this story. I want you guys to feel proud for me because I'm up here doing stand-up, right? So when the pandemic started, I started taking care of my grandma in Glendale. And right when the pandemic was going to end, my mom got cancer. And she called me and she says, I have 6 months to live. And I want you to take care of me and I want to live in my house that we grew up in. And I said, Mom, I just joined the Peace Corps. I can't do that. No, so I took care of her for 7 months. It was beautiful passing. She was amazing. I found this place. I live right up the street, like 3 miles. First time I came here was on my bike. I didn't even realize it was a gay bar. The reason I'm doing stand-up, I found stand-up. Brad came in. I met Brad. He's like, man, you should do stand-up. Anyone can do stand-up. Literally, anyone can do stand-up. So we're sitting down here, and can you still tell my joke, please? So it's super funny. We're all sitting down here, and it's like the most boring conversation. So it's summertime. I just moved from LA. My pandemic just ended. I'm having like the best summer before I have to go get a job in like next month.
before we run out of savings and shit. So we're sitting out here, and it's like the most boring conversation ever. And it's like, we're talking about the weather. It's like, oh, the weather's so hot and humid, and this and that. And I go, man, you guys need to quit complaining because it is not that hot. I just went from LA, and you guys are tripping. And Cooper goes, just perfectly timed goes, you know, I remember last summer there was a day it was so hot outside. And there was a really fine young man walking by, and I said, get in here, get out the heat. Come on, it's hot. And then we ended up fucking all day. And then I realized later, it wasn't even that hot out, it was just me. And I fucking almost fell off the fucking chair. Everybody was just like cracking up laughing. And I love you, Cooper. Thanks for inspiring me. Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Paul.